One single Cinnabon cinnamon roll has 880 calories. I do not want to subject myself to that sugar-loaded calorie bomb. So today we're gonna make a 140 calorie single serve cinnamon roll that's actually healthy. Icing's dripping. And the entire cinnamon roll is only 140 calories, which means you can eat cinnamon rolls every single day and lose weight. Take that, Cinnabon. Soft and fluffy on the inside, layers of gooiness. Peep that. Let's start by making a 2-ingredient dough. The first ingredient is gonna be regular old white flour, 4 tablespoons or 1/4 of a cup or 30 grams. And 2 tablespoons of Greek yogurt, 26 grams. I have 2 more tablespoons in here, which we're gonna use for the icing. Set that aside. The third ingredient in our 2-ingredient dough is gonna be erythritol, 1 tablespoon or 12 grams. The reason I'm using erythritol is because the crystals are just like sugar. It literally looks exactly the same, which means it bakes like sugar, it crystallizes like sugar, but it doesn't have the calories of sugar. Cinnabon could never. I am disappointed. And the fourth ingredient in our 2-ingredient dough is gonna be a small pinch of baking powder. We need some fluffiness. It is okay. I see the baking powder. It landed on the side, so I'm just gonna take some out. This is unnecessary, and we're good. There's enough in there to give us fluffiness without tasting like baking powder. If you've ever had anything with too much baking powder, it tastes weird. It tastes like, I don't know, metallic kind of? Add a tiny sprinkle of salt and mix this to form a dough ball. I know it looks like there's no Greek yogurt in here and we need to add so much more liquid. Well, don't. Otherwise, you'll get soup. And eventually you'll get a dough ball that looks like this. I actually had to add 6 more grams of Greek yogurt, which is rare. I think my Greek yogurt is extra thick today. But you want this consistency, a really firm dough ball. See, barely anything sticks to my fingers, which is when you know you have the right consistency. You want to knead this for some time. Just play with it like Play-Doh. Get it stretchy, get it pliable, get it chewy. Get that gluten activated. Just fold over and press 62 times. And once you have something smooth and stretchy like this, you're good. When your dough ball is ready, just set it aside for a little bit of time because we need to make the filling. Now, we're not going to use brown sugar and butter in this filling. Instead, we're going to use an apple and cut it and get rid of the core and cut some of the peel off. We want 1 tablespoon of applesauce, but I didn't feel like buying baby food at the grocery store. Instead, I bought apples because guess what? I eat 3 apples every single day. I always have apples. I love apples. I, in fact, put them in the freezer 10 minutes before I'm going to eat them so they get super cold. So I decided I'm just going to make my own applesauce in the microwave. And instead of throwing the skin away, I'll eat it. I have 20 grams of apples here that I've cut up into really small cubes. Microwave this for 20 seconds. Keep an eye on it because I have burnt apples before. If you microwave them for too long, they will burn. So 20 seconds, check on them, and then 10-second intervals until they get really soft. If you can kind of see, they're getting a little tiny bit black on the corners because they will burn. They're already getting pretty soft. So mash them down a bit, and clearly they're still too hard to mash. So we're gonna microwave them for 10 more seconds. And now they're getting steamed up again, so let's try to mash them again. Softer for sure, but still a little too hard. That does not look like applesauce. 10 more seconds. My favorite fruit right now. This is so good. At this point, let's put 1 teaspoon or 5 grams of sugar-free maple in here. Come on, who am I kidding? Now back in the microwave for 10 more seconds. And after 4 more intervals of 10 seconds, I have apple puree. Mash it down with a spoon. A little chunky, but that's the price you pay when you want to make applesauce in the microwave at home. To this, add 2 teaspoons or 8 grams of erythritol and 1/3 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. And mix this up. And this right here is our brown sugar spread without any brown sugar or sugar. Sprinkle a tiny bit of flour on a cutting board and let's roll out your dough ball. I don't have a rolling pin, but I have extra virgin olive oil. Don't use any other kind of oil, but if you have extra virgin olive oil, you can use that instead of a rolling pin. Once you have a rectangle like this, it's kind of 1 finger wide and 2.5 fingers long if you have my fingers. I know that's not an exact measurement, but just roll it long enough so that it gives you body dysmorphia. Then take your brown sugar applesauce mixture and spread that on. If you're using store-bought applesauce, then you're using baby food. If you're using homemade applesauce, you're using homemade baby food. Cut this down the long way. And then roll one end like this. And then take this, put it on this end, and roll again. And there we go. That is your single serve cinnamon roll. And here is your single serve cinnamon roll. Now we want to bake this at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 minutes. And while it's baking, let's make a quick icing to go on top. You want the rest of your Greek yogurt, which was actually 2 more tablespoons, 1 packet of sweetener, also sub 12 grams of erythritol, or 12 grams of powdered erythritol would work a little bit better, and a tiny, tiny, tiny splash of vanilla extract, and mix. Is this gonna taste exactly like Cinnabon's icing? If you're hallucinating, yes. If you're not, then no. But it's gonna be good enough. One thing's for sure, it's very, very sweet, and that's the main thing you want an icing for anyway, right? Sometimes you have to make compromises for calories. Icing, done. After 15 minutes, it's browning, but it's not done yet. The inside is a little bit moist. I'm so sorry, I said the M word. The inside is still damp. So, lower the heat to 300 degrees, 10 more minutes at a lower temperature so it doesn't brown. Done. Soft and fluffy, crispy on the outside, nice and gooey in the middle, and that apple cinnamon mixture is smelling real nice. Icing time. Quick mix. Just toss it on. And that looks like an iced cinnamon roll to me. The entire cinnamon roll is 24 grams of carbs, 8 grams of protein, 0 grams of fat. Take that, Cinnabon. Calories and macros will be on the screen, even though I just told you them. It's 140 calories for the whole cinnamon roll. Yo. Last one more, my friend. Soft and fluffy on the inside. And layers of gooiness. Peep that. I'm gonna superset this with an apple. Thank you so much for watching the video. Give it a like if you liked it, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video. Comment your favorite fruit down below. This right here is my favorite piece, so this comes first.